Hey everyone, Oscar and Fire here. You know who I am. Why do I have to greet you? I don't. So I was planning on making a Perisno video again for today, before I kind of realized that wait, it's been about 2 months, two and a half months since I made a vlog post. I'm like, I should do that. I should actually do that because, you know, there's things happening. What? There are things happening rather. That I ought to talk about with you guys because, you know, I like to keep you guys in the know, in the loop, in the loopy loop. By the way, if you've noticed that I'm wearing my headset right now, have my headset not on my head but around my neck, it's because I feel a little weird without my mustache. Because I have the mustache, but I kept the chin hair. I lost the mustache, but I kept the chin hair. What? I did that, and it just looks weird. So I decided to put the headset here to, you know, kind of make sure that things look right in my own, kind of just look right to me still. Because it looks awkward to me otherwise. I don't know. I feel kind of naked. On the other hand, no mustache, so that means that the trailing hairs, the very edges of it, are not dragging into my mouth anymore. That's a plus. Plus. That's a plus, not a pus, a plus. I English well. So, first things first, I suppose that I should mention, of course, that I'm now about 20 episodes into the Thranduil's Realm playthrough for Divide & Conquer, and I have to say that I am very much thrilled with how it's been going so far. You know, the game, you know, unlike a lot of the other playthroughs, even Linden and Arnor, it feels like this particular game is actually progressing a lot, and it's made me very excited to keep playing it. In fact, there's 4 episodes this week, precisely for the fact that I'm so excited to play it that I couldn't wait I couldn't wait to play another episode. What the hell? English, me, not friends apparently. I studied it in college. Thranduil's Realm though really has been a blast. I don't know. I don't think I've had this much fun since I played Linden probably. I had fun with Arnor, but I remember like being like actually giddy to play Linden up until the war with Harad, and that just dragged on forever because Harad just took so long to cross. I find it funny though that my favorite experiences so far have all involved Divide & Conquer. You know, my professed love for MOS aside, I actually, you know, Divide & Conquer apparently has given more substantial experiences for me for playing the game. Possibly because they're the only game Never mind. Because I just realized I was going to contradict myself anyway, because I just remembered that I actually flat out beat Arnor. I actually got the victories. Darn you, Beep. I actually flat out got the victory screen on Arnor, though, and I actually didn't for Linden. So, you know, I'm not gonna continue on that point. However, I've also been very glad to see that I've been getting a lot of comments, and otherwise, you know, like a lot of consistent views for my for this Thranduil's Realm playthrough. You know, I know that I think every campaign, every major campaign anyway, the original Sylvanels and so forth, they all you know, like all the the viewership like kind of really dropped off after like say the 6th episode, and you know, I always consistently got below like 80 views per video. And I think that's like all bumped up, especially for Linden. Linden's like the most popular. But I know that it's all kind of bumped up over time. People watch all the, you know, the backlog and everything, and it's kind of bunched them. But what? Bumped them, bunched. Why did I say bunched? Bumped them all up, you know, above, you know, like above 100 views. But this one, I'm actually getting like anywhere from 80 to 100 views consistently, like in the first couple of days after posting the videos, and I'm actually really glad to see that. I'm really grateful that you guys are watching it. I'm also very grateful that I'm getting a lot of comments too. You know, there's something vaguely, not really discouraging, but it's kind of like a vague discouraging factor when you're not getting a lot of interaction, when you get a low number of likes, when you get a low number of comments. You know, it's like the lack of interaction generally can kind of drag you down a bit, because you really don't know how people are reacting to your videos. You know, when you get actual feedback though, you know precisely what people are thinking. If people are actually enjoying themselves, which you guys generally seem to be, you know, whether people are enjoying themselves though, or whether or not they see flaws in how you're doing things, and it's really a very nice change from even previous big playthroughs like Arnor and Linden, where the comments were kind of like thin. I mean, I got a couple of comments, but the comments were generally kind of thin and uncommon. You know, like I'd get like a comment maybe once every 3 or 4 videos. Now I'm getting comments consistently every single video, and it makes me very happy to see it. I'm very thankful for you guys for doing that. This leads me to some other news. Extra Life 2016 has started this year. I have not signed up yet though. I remember last year I signed up like right away after the rollover from 2014, but this year I've waited a bit because I'm not really sure how I want to handle Extra Life 2016. Last year I managed to raise $300, which is rather impressive, but it wasn't my $500 goal that I ended up setting for myself ultimately. Even though admittedly it's still better than failing to raise $100 for a $200 goal for 2014. It's all about perspective. And yet at the same time, despite failing to actually meet my actual goal 2 years in a row, I kind of want to do something a little more ambitious this year. I'm still not sure what I want to do. Excuse me. I'm still not really sure how I would handle like making stretch goals or anything, so to speak. Making goals if I go above and beyond my actual, above my actual fundraising goal. Doing some funny things or doing some games or whatever, doing streams. I don't know how I would do that because in general I just feel like I don't like offer much to people. So it makes it very hard to think about what I might offer to people, if they help me reach a fundraising goal. Though I know that it helps a lot when it comes to trying to encourage people to donate to encourage people to donate and whatnot. I just don't have any ideas. But that being said, I kind of want to do something a little more ambitious this year, because I'm thinking that instead of joining my friend Tim's team, and he hasn't really even said anything about that so far this year, but I'm thinking actually starting my own Extra Life team this year. I'm not sure. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, that was gross. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how I would run it or anything. I would learn that with time, but I was thinking of starting my own team this year and seeing who I could recruit, because I know a handful of smaller YouTubers, and I was thinking that if I can actually get their support, that could actually try doing a slightly more ambitious fundraising, and maybe with a good team, goals could actually be met this year as opposed to not last year. I was wondering what you guys thought of that. I would make the team. I think I would make the team open to anyone who would, be willing to join. If you wanted to join team, I don't know what I would even name it right now, but if you wanted to join the team, you could too, even, and try to help raise some money, for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So let me know what you guys think about that one. That's that's something I'm very interested in trying to do this year. I'm hoping to make a final decision by about February, like February 1st or so. I'm just trying to gauge interest and trying to gauge not just interest but enthusiasm, I suppose. That being said, I suppose that leads me to one final point that actually kind of just occurred to me while I was recording this, in that last year I set a goal to get 500 subscribers by the end of the summer. Another goal I managed to fail to actually achieve, unless you count the fact that I managed to make the 500 goal by the end of meteorological summer, I think. No, that's the months, isn't it? By the end of summer, though, by the way of the equinox, though. I managed to make 500 last year, and I'm at 567 now. And I was thinking that by the beginning of summer this year, I wonder if it would be feasible to set a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers. Because I'd be very keen on making that. I know. Sometimes I look at, sometimes I look around, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, sometimes I look around and, I see other YouTube channels, and, they seem to gain popularity much quicker, and I wonder if I'm failing in some way, you know, or not doing well enough, or if I'm just not cut out for it. And yet I persist. I guess I persist because in some ways I don't feel like I have much else to do. But at the same time, no, this whole YouTube endeavor, it's like it has a, there's a lot that goes on in my mind, rather, when it comes to YouTube, because YouTube on the one hand takes up a lot of time, on the other though, it feels very rewarding because I've taught myself a lot of, I know I've gone over this in previous blog posts, but I've managed to teach myself a lot of skills, some very rudimentary photoshopping type skills, some very rudimentary video editing skills. You know, I've generally learned to try to be a little more photogenic and so forth in videos. You know, try to be a little more outgoing, even when I don't feel like being outgoing, like right now. You know, and I feel like YouTube on the whole has been a very positive experience, and I'd really like to keep the ball rolling. You know, as much as I am afflicted by self-doubt, you know, self-doubt and anxiety and worry and frets, at the same time, I would very much like to continue doing this YouTube thing, in particular if it can help me do the do Extra Life a little better. So I would greatly appreciate your guys' help in achieving a new goal of 1,000 subscribers by the beginning of by the end of spring, beginning of summer. At any rate, this vlog post has gone on long enough. At any rate, this vlog post has gone on long enough, and I'm sure I've bored you all to tears at this point. So, thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out links in the description below. Extra Life, my Extra Life page is still there, but I've not signed up for Extra Life 2016, so no donations yet. Because I've not signed up yet, so it's not done any rolling over there. But also check out my Twitch channel, my Twitter and Facebook pages, especially the social media pages. I'm trying to be a little more active on them. Feel like I'm failing miserably, but hey, the more people there are, the more likely I am to be active on them, so positive feedback loop. At any rate, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.